Manifestation slash creation is a lot of moving pieces and it can be a really like daunting fucking process. But when you break it down to just self-love and self-image and getting the right thought broadcast, puppet strings, we're going to talk about getting the right ingredients, getting the right actions that you're taking that are going into your creator field, this is how you crack that code. And in my opinion, not even my opinion is now source's opinion at this point, because I'm just like, whatever source says, I'm like, I'm going to take that as like, that's the opinion I should have. The source truth of it all is that it is the most source aligned way to create. It is how source creates. And it's what we're going to start to dive into today. Because you can go and you can go manifest an external thing, but it won't make you feel better. It will actually amplify the wounds you already feel. Now, the problem is when you go and try and get something from the outside to fix an internal problem, your internal problem gets worse. It amplifies in another area of your life, gets way fucking worse. Okay. So one time I decided that I wanted to get a nose job. I did not get the nose job, obviously, but I decided I'm going to get a nose job. I put down the down deposit to get the nose job. Even me putting down the down deposit to get the fucking nose job, all of a sudden, this was in our second year of the relationship, Justin decides he doesn't drink anymore, but he decided he was going to get drunk, go out, get some girl's number at a bar. I find out about it eventually, right? My relationship area of life got way worse when I tried to fix an internal problem from the outside. My internal problem was I didn't feel feminine enough. I decided in my head, I'm going to get a nose job and that will make me feel feminine. And I tried to fix an internal problem with an outside solution. I took the action. Another area of my life got way fucking worse because my problem amplified because I was ignoring it. I was trying to heal it from the outside and ignore it. That's why you see people who even on TikTok or wherever it may be. And this is no one I know personally, but you see it on TikTok or wherever, and you see people teaching manifestation who maybe don't even really know about it or have done it or whatever it is. And and you do it, but then as you do it in this and you get the external thing over here, well, now some internal problem is now getting amplified over here. It's because you're trying to solve an internal problem from the outside. The source truth of creation is self-image, getting all the boxes checked, and then creating from that place. That way, you build a really, really incredible creator field that can hold the density in a good way of all of the things that you are creating. Because if somebody gave you, whatever, $1 billion tomorrow and you didn't have the creator field to sustain it, you would lose it. Okay. So if you take the time to figure out each little piece and how this works, like, what's the benefit of knowing every little nook and cranny of how this works is not now. It's now not even about like how you do it. It's about how can you tweak what you're doing and make it even better. Okay. So how you can also speed creations up using your self-image is we have a soul plan, right? We have a soul kind of blueprint. We have a soul pull. Our soul pull in this life, whether it's to get our soul complement, whether it's to get our like fulfilling career and make a lot of money in it, it's what I like to call a guaranteed possibility. It's guaranteed where like it's in your soul plan. It's a possibility because it's in your soul plan. What guarantees it is you putting in the work and you having the beliefs and you having the thoughts and you having the actions to make that happen. Okay. So maybe you have in your soul pull when you're 60 years old, you will have a best-selling book. Well, maybe you don't want to wait till you're fucking 60 and you want to speed it up to when you're 30 and you're 28 right now. You can take these self-image ingredients and you can use them to plug them in to speed that up. And that's what we're going to start doing today. Okay. So you can take a 25-year timeline and shrink it down 2 months. Now, when you start something new, it kind of sucks and you're like, fuck. And it feels like hours of grueling labor and you're going to find like what works, what doesn't work. You're going to like have some things go on, but we're going to start you off with a really cool blueprint today to get you started on all the self-image components. All the components of manifestation come down to self-image. So all the components of manifestation, it's a self-image thing. So you can then start to learn like, okay, and you'll start to think this way. Okay, if this is what I want to create and I want people to feel this way, how would I have to feel about myself? What thought broadcast would I have to have? What puppet strings would I have to be putting in my creator field? I'll explain what that means in a second. What ingredients do I have to be doing in my creator field? So I have set ones for you today. But then once you get the hang of it, you can start to play with like, okay, like, well, if I wanted that, what would I have to think? What would they have to think about me? What would I have to feel here? What would I have to believe to be true here? What actions would I have to take here? And you'll start to just get your brain working in this way. Okay. So reasons why it hasn't worked for you in the past. One, you've either gotten patient and then you decide it doesn't work, so you stopped. Two, you've been missing ingredients and you've been missing things. You've been told, oh, just visualize it and it will happen. That's not even close to one component of it. You've been told the wrong information about it, or you've been told information from people about it who think they've done it, but it was really a soul plan. Again, not anybody I know, but you can catch that really easily, like on TikTok or wherever it is, right? Or even in books or whatever. So, okay. Manifestation now, next kind of section. How are you feeling so far? Shake it out. Little brain break. Shake it out. Good. Okay. Manifestation is the slash creation is the byproduct of two components. But the problem is we have to go way down the rabbit hole of each of these components to fully understand. And that's what we're going to start to do today. Okay. Now, there's a lot of subcategories. There's like 25 different subcategories of these two components, but it's two components. What do you think the components are? Self-love and self-image, okay? Now, a subcategory of these two components is 86% of manifestation is our creator field, okay? 86%, that's an intuited number. We're getting into like what I've intuited, source truth stuff. 86% of manifestation is our creator field. So that, again, what's our creator field? Thoughts, beliefs, actions, thought broadcasts, our aura, so many other things. But right now, we just need to know thoughts, beliefs, actions. We'll start there. So 86% of our creation is our creator field. The other 14%, what do we think it is? What do we think the other 14% is? I want to know in the chat. Emotions, universal laws, soul plan. Oh, these are good guesses, you guys, but it is not these, but these are really good guesses. And I see why you guys are guessing that. Source. Yes. Sarah got it. Source. Good. Source. Sourcey. Good. So source energy is the other 14%. Now, but people get this misconstrued. So I need to explain this and I want you to stay with me. Think of your energy is essentially a car that you have built. You got to build the car, right? Your creator field, okay, is the car. You've got to build the car. You've got to get the car connected. You've got to know all the right parts. You've got to know all the right ingredients to make the car, right? You've got to know where each part goes. You've got to be able to start the car, AKA get yourself to do the action. Once that's the 86%, that's your creator field, okay? Now, once you start the car and you put it in drive, your creator field puts it in drive. That's still your creator field putting it in drive. Now, what can happen is source can come in and help you put pressure on the gas pedal to move forward. Source can help you by only 14%, but by 14% of how fast or slow you're going. Now, here's the problem is people think source will take care of it. No, source cannot go against our free will. If we don't choose to find and do and follow the intuitive pulls and we have guides who lead us to pulls too and follow those pulls, right? If we don't choose to follow those pulls, and choose to get the information and choose to know the ingredients we need and where the thing goes in the car to make it start and where the brakes have to be plugged into and how to build the car and how to connect the tire to the thing and the fucking, back seat and get the seatbelt in there. It's a lot. Building a car from scratch is a lot of work, right? If we don't take action on that, source can't fucking move us. It's kind of like we're not going to get into politics. That's a dark force thing. But whether you like this person or not, you probably saw the video of when Trump almost got shot in the head right before he turned his head and it only nicked his ear. If he wouldn't have turned his head, he would have died, right? So that was a literal him following an intuitive pull to turn his head, right? He got an intuitive pull and he's the one though who had to do it. Okay. Like source can't, because of the law of source can't go against like your free will, because source said you are a piece of me. Therefore you can do what I can do. And so I'm not going to interfere with what you do because you're all just source experiencing itself. It's a whole rabbit hole we could go down. You're literally just a piece of source experiencing itself. And source is so humble, even though source knows everything. It's like, I don't know everything. Let me send a bunch of me down, 8 billion of me to be exact. And let me have all of parts of me gather more information for me, right? And so you are all just literal piece extension of source. Because of that, source is not going to go against your free will because source wants you to understand that you can create a move like source does. And that's like the soul lesson as we keep coming back for lives and lives and lives. So because of that, source can't move you, but source can give you the pull to move, right? Source can get your higher self and your guides to give you a pull to move, and then you can move. Trump in that moment had a pull from his angel to move, and he did, and it saved his life. He could have not followed the pull, and he would have literally died, right? Regardless of whatever you feel. Different subject, dark forces. But he would have literally died, right? So your job is to build the creator field. It's to build the thought broadcast. You're like, what the fuck are all these sayings? I'll tell you in a second what thought broadcasts and puppet strings are. We'll get there. Job to build the thought broadcast, to build the puppet strings, to build the ingredients, to build the actions within your field. Then source can help you by 14% step on that gas pedal. You're basically stepping on the gas pedal, and then source accelerates also by 14%. And especially when you're on your soul pull following your intuitive pulls, you have the backing of source, right? It's why celebrities, most of them, 98% of them get famous, is they don't have the backing of source because that was never their soul pull to begin with. Therefore, they don't have to have a high self-image to get that. They drop source, they cut off from source, they go a dark force route. So because source won't help them because it's not part of their soul pull and they're not doing any fucking work to get it. So they end up cutting off from source, going a dark force route. So to create things the source way is having a creator field built of a really high self-image things. So source energy is 14% of a foot on a gas pedal. Okay. It's kind of like we were in Bora Bora driving jet skis, and then me and Justin switched, and then I was driving the jet ski and he was behind me. And I was like going so fast and like not riding the waves like kind of correctly. And so he kind of got behind me, like he put his hands on the jet ski and like was helping guide me ride the waves. That's kind of like I was the creator field, Justin was source in that moment, right? That's kind of what happens. Okay. Source energy will essentially put more power into everything that you've built. So does that make sense to everyone? I feel like you guys get that. You guys are really advanced. Like, I don't feel like we have a problem with that. Okay. So again, what percentage is it our creator field? 86. And then source is 14%.